No, I'm not going to let him go because Tor's still here because the Hitman franchise is all about killing people in very dynamic and inventive ways. And so since we had the opportunity to have you here, I wanted you to list out your top 5 assassinations that can be accomplished in Hitman Absolutions. So let's start with number 5.
Yeah, so we have here one of the kind of favorite weapons of the team, which is the axe.
Which is such a rudimentary weapon. It's fascinating you've chosen that one.
Yeah, exactly. And it's still something that I think when you find an axe lying around in real world, I mean, because of all the movies that you've seen about axe murderers, it's instantly something that is kind of brutal, right? And I mean, like The Shining, for instance.
Right. Like, it's 47 releasing his inner Lizzie Borden.
And one thing that we were really conscious about with Absolution was that we were thinking about how would 47 use these weapons that he has to his disposal. And of course, being a professional, he would use a very professional and efficient way of killing people. But we thought with some weapons, there is so much, you can say, with the weapon itself, like the brutality of it.
It's kind of personal.
Yes, but it's the thing is who's killing someone with an axe? They must have some reason to do that, right? So we had to make animations that was some kind of combination between, you can say, the professional approach that you have as an assassin and what people would expect from an axe, right? So we tried to say, okay, we shouldn't go all overboard and make it like, you can say like Shining style, right?
Well, let's take a look. Let's see what happens when you kill someone with an axe.
And of course,
you
can throw it. Yeah. So there's a little bit of a lumberjack of the animation, but it's still pretty efficient.
Yeah, there's a whimsy of Paul Bunyan a little bit, but he did just take an axe to the head. Kids, just so you know, when you're a game developer, you get to deconstruct what it means to kill someone with an axe. That was quite enlightening. Let's move on to number 4.
Yes, number 4. Luckily, we're actually right next to it here. One thing that we have in the Hitman games that is like a hallmark of the series is accidents. Like there's these accidents waiting to happen within the world, and there is this kind of beautiful piece of art here in this garden we're overlooking, and you can actually use that to dispose of some of these guards.
That didn't even occur to me when I was playing through this level, so I can't wait to see this.
So we have this kind of subtle kind of instinct hint, I think. Okay, now.
Very
quickly going through
death by art.
Yes.
So, I mean, was that something that you guys had imagined was going to be available in the game from the get-go, or did you put in the asset and go, oh, let's kill someone with that?
We're looking at this. Yeah, we built it and I was like, that looks kind of sad, that piece down there. I mean, it was kind of like a centerpiece for the kind of area, but it was not that beautiful, I think. And it was like, okay, we have to use it for something else then, and then. We built this little tennis court here, and now we actually can look at it and we have a good view of the characters moving around, and then turning it into something you can drop on people was a natural step.
I think there's many art critics out there that are like, man, I would love to take care of my opinions in that manner. All right, moving on to number 3. We have now changed locations. We're in Chinatown.
Yeah, this is the Chinese New Year, and there is a lot of weapons lying around, and I mean, Hitman games have always been inspired by movies, and we're always looking for references. So I think everybody on the team seeing Kill Bill and seeing the Tarantino movies and the Pulp Fiction scene with all the weapons was something that we really wanted to do. The problem with the katana is that it has a very specific moveset, so we actually couldn't really get it in. But then we somehow found the memory. When the will is there, you will be.
I think I can.
Exactly, you will.
Right.
You will get it there.
You're an inspiration for the kids. That's good because you have to kill with the katana.
Yeah.
You're gonna find a way. All right, here he goes.
So, and armor-tip bullets.
Oh. Now, did you do any research to see if you could actually stab a man through the skull with a sword?
Well, I mean, well, in Kill Bill, they teach you that the Hanzo sword,
at least
they can.
That's right. It is such a rare and perfectly crafted implement of death.
How it ended up in Chinatown, I mean, that's a different story.
You know what? That's for the fan fiction. All right, well, let's move on to number 2.
So the number 2 is actually it's a pistol, a silenced pistol, because being, you can say, a silent assassin, this is one of your kind of more trusted
Yeah,
weapons
that's
throughout
kind of
the
your
game.
go-to is the thing with silence in the name.
Yes, exactly. So here there is a number of weapons that you can pick up throughout levels, and so here at this point in the game, you're hunted by the police. You don't really have much weapons lying around. So finding a silenced pistol is actually pretty valuable for the player. So we're sneaking in here to the Vixen Club, dressed as a police officer, because that will allow us to move around more freely than being
Cops
in
and strip clubs, it's like chocolate and peanut butter. So.
And the target here is he's kind of a sleazeball called Dom Osmond, and he's moving around this club quite a bit. There's quite a lot of different ways of taking him out, but one of the team favorites is the pistol here. Yeah, so here we're inside, and using instinct to locate the target, we'll see that he's standing inside the bar area here.
Which is not, I mean, he's obviously surrounded by a lot of people.
Yeah, so this is a very, I mean, even with a pistol, this is, yeah, kind of ridiculous to try to do it here. And yeah, Sven is getting distracted here by the environment. But let's see if we can follow the target. Here he is.
Men in sunglasses, I just can't focus.
So using instinct, as we showed earlier, is you can predict where your targets will kind of
He's
walk
moving
around.
out of the bar now.
So you can see here is the line on the ground. So we see he's walking into this area here. So we can be prepared for whenever he's arriving. And there is all these different opportunities to take down your targets, and it's all up to your imagination, more or less, as a player to kind of think what would be the most kind of interesting way, or your kind of personalized way of taking down guys. So
Your signature style of death.
Yes, exactly. So here, being a sleazy place, they even have like a back room to these kind of private rooms.
Oh, it's, yeah.
So there's like this two-way mirror here, even with a camera set up. So you can record
It's your
it.
lusty lady, type room.
Yes. So we'll wait for the
So
target
he's
here.
on the back side. Oh.
So he's
getting his performance.
yeah, he has to check out his employees.
And yeah, he's the owner of this club.
Yeah. So he has to see if she has the skills. And he is kind of involved in all kind of bad stuff, like there's kind of this kind of snuff movie ring that he's a part of, and he's kind of looking to see if any of his girls can be kind of fit into this. He's not just a bad guy.
It absolves us of all guilt that we might feel about ending this man's
it's like
life.
this guy is terrible, right? I mean, the world is a better place without him. So.
All right, she's left the room.
Yes, now he's alone and unaware of his demise.
On the phone.
Yes, he's kind of just talking about terrible things they
And
would do.
obviously, what he's seeing on his side is a mirror.
Yeah,
so he's just looking at himself.
Yeah, so, and he is also pretty full of himself, so he's kind of.
So this is an allegory about the dangers of narcissism.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So you can see here he's kind of posing and doing his taxi driver thing here.
And now he's learned his lesson.
So, and you can even dispose of him here. I mean, no one kind of knew this was happening because of the silencer, right? So we'll just kind of hide him.
Now I'm going to have second thoughts about doing my Olivier impersonations when I'm in front of the mirror after a shower. So with this in mind.
Goodbye, Dom Osmond.
All right, here we go. This is your #1 favorite assassination in Hitman Absolution. He's on the beautiful shoreline of Lake Michigan. The sun is setting. How could this be the perfect time for a kill?
Well, this came about as an experiment because we were looking into how could we make the NPCs more emotional within the game, that the player kind of felt some kind of connection to them, and if they could feel any kind of guilt in killing, a bunch of pixels on the screen. So we had what we called, it kind of became known as the cancer guy, and it was a moment that was written for the game where there was this guy, he's on the phone with his doctor, and we'll see it here in a little moment. And we wanted to see what would the player do in a situation where they kind of get some kind of connection to an NPC.
What would 47 do?
What would 47? Yeah, but it's not really him doing it.
No,
Right?
no,
You
it's
are
the
the one
player.
doing it as the player.
All right,
so
well, let's see this play out.
Yeah, so we're here on the ledge, kind of teaching players that there's these kind of alternate ways of getting into areas, and I think we'll start hearing him in a moment here. And
Let's
listen in.
What? You're kidding me. Wait, are you sure? It's not prostate cancer. I could kiss you. I mean, that's great news. Oh, man, you made my day. Yeah, thanks, Doc, yeah.
Oh!
Oh, yeah.
Here this man was suddenly, he could have gone right in his life. And I think it's worth pointing out, that is optional for the player. That's not a target,
absolutely.
like, you know, we've seen some of the other kills.
But every single player, they kill him. Why?
It says pull.
It does that through it, then.
Well, that is, that truly, yeah. That might be the most sadistic kill we've seen, albeit probably the most ignoble of the means of death that we've seen in this kind of litany of assassinations. Thank you so much again for your time and for really letting me explore the depths of your imagination and how demented it is. Please give my best to the rest of the team.
I will.
Those sick bastards. See you next time.